have this continuous flow, nabanggit ko na kanina. When we say continuous flow, rapid rate at which items move through the system. Take note for the term rapid rate. Tapos yung item yung gumagalaw doon sa system. This processing method is very appropriate for producing highly standardized products like calculator, bawal magkamali dyan, bawal magkaroon ng human errors. Typewriters or computers na lang. Typewriters are obsolete na sa panahon natin ngayon. Automobiles, televisions, and cellular phones, and etc. So, characteristics of continuous flow. When we say continuous flow, pinakauna, there is an economy of scale in production. No, economy of scale rather than economy of scope. Okay, so good day everyone. For this discussion, we will going to have the topic regarding managing production and service operations. This will be our first part of the series of topics regarding the managing the different functions inside the organization. Okay, so let's first discuss all about how to manage the production and service operation. So this is actually the sixth chapter of our subject. And first, let's have our definition on operation. What is operation? Now, what comes into your mind when you hear the word operation? Okay, so when we say operation, that is actually defined as the process that accepts inputs and uses resources to change those inputs into useful ways. Again, when we say operation, converting inputs papunta sa output, no? So, that is the meaning of operation. So, the production process. Let's have this simple flow of the production process. First, we have the inputs, of course, which are the land, the labor, the capital, the machineries, the energy, something like that, entrepreneurship, the entrepreneur or the businessman, the business owner. Those are the inputs. Now, for the transformation processes, these are the equipment. The machines is on the transportation process rather than input, by the way. When we say transformation, we have these equipment, the different procedures, the technology that we are using for us to be able to convert all those resources into their useful ways, which are the outputs. So when we say output, this can be in the form of goods or what we call the products and services. Again, when we say output, this can be in the form of products and services, goods and services. Okay, now examples of final goods. What are the examples of final goods? Industrial chemicals are actually in the final goods, like methylene chloride, borax powder, phosphoric acid, etc., which are produced by construction firms. Those are final goods. Here for the service, we have those different construction of ports, of different infrastructures that we are rising, high-rise buildings, roads, bridges, and etc., which are produced by construction firms also. Now, for the electrical products, like transformers, circuit breakers, switch gears, power capacitors, etc., which are produced by electrical manufacturing firms. So, all things that is produced by having the different inputs and they are transformed towards a another useful product, that is a good. And a service is we are transforming all those inputs into a useful what we call this infrastructure, or you are providing a service from one person to another person, just like the doctors, the teachers, the accountants, the lawyers. Those are services. Okay, so let's have our next slide here. Electronics products, like oscilloscope, microwave test systems, transistors, cable testers, etc., which are produced by electronics manufacturing firms. Mechanical devices are also goods like the forklifts, trucks, loaders, etc., which are produced by the manufacturing firms. So they can be products here, but if we were going to look on the transformation process, these forklifts, these trucks, these loaders can be part of the transportation on the middle of the input and the output, no? Sa gitna nila, kung ayun yung perspective natin. Pero if our perspective is on the manufacturing side of things and this is the product, so meaning, ito yung magiging product natin. Yung itong mga forklift trucks, etc. That's why kanina, unang beses kong i-introduce sa inyong input, sinama ko si machine. But since we have there the flow chart of transforming input to output, and of course we have the transformation stage at the middle, doon ko nilipat si machines, no? That is the point of view. Depende siya sa point of view kung paano mo titignan. Dahil lahat ng bagay dito is connected with each other. No, sabi nga natin, supply chain. Pwedeng yung isang bagay is input for you, pwede naman na, pala siya, no? Goods pala siya doon sa pinanggalingan niya. Something like that. I hope you get it. Next, we have here, when we are actually talking all about the operations, we have here the so-called OM, which is one of your major subject. OM, or operations management, is the process of planning, organizing, and controlling operations to reach all those objectives efficiently and effectively. So here we go again on these two different words, efficiently and effectively. I hope you can now define these two, no, ng walang pag-aalinlangan, and mas okay yung definition of regarding their differences, no? Efficient and effective. So what are the types of transformation process? Okay, we have here transformer. So first, transformation process. We have, of course, the very basic one, manufacturing processes. Second, we have the under manufacturing process, we have this job shop. By the way, guys, before I continue the presentation, this will be a part of your subject prod syst around 4th year, short for production system. So you will still learn these different topics regarding transformation process. Okay, so we have the job shop there. We have the batch flow, we have the work-based line flow, we have the machine-based line flow, and the batch or continuous flow hybrid. Now, we will go into define each of these manufacturing processes on our next slides. No? And lastly, we have the continuous flow manufacturing process. Now, let's define it later. For now, what are the service processes naman, no? Ito yung second sa ating transformation process. So, when we say service process, ano-ano yung mga examples neto? Una, we have the service factory. Second, service shop. Must service, those are all different things. And professional service. Okay, let's start with manufacturing. Like, now we have manufacturing process and service. When we say manufacturing, of course, pinakauna dyan kanina, job shop. When we say job shop, production is based on sales orders for a variety of small lots. No, konti lang yung demand dito. No, konti lang, hindi ito yung maramihan na pang isang taon mo gagawin tuloy-tuloy. May mga ganung planta, tuloy-tuloy, walang hinto. Gawin mo isang taon. May mga ganon. And hindi ganon yung job shop. Si job shop, no, konti lang yung order, no, and doon lang magbe-base yung production kung gaano lang karami yung orders, no. Kaya nga job shop siya tinawag. Next, we have this batch flow. When we say batch flow, the lots of generally owned designed products are manufactured. It is further characterized by the following. There is flexibility to produce either low or high volume. Not all procedures are performed on all products. Depende yan. No, the type of equipment used are mostly for general purpose. So, batch flow. Ito, by the term itself, by batch siyang ginagawa. So, for example, ngayong araw, isang batch. No, bukas, isang batch ulit. Nasusunod na araw, isang batch na naman. So, Just like the definition, lots of generally owned design products are manufactured. It is characterized by these three. As far as these three characteristics is met, that can be called as batch flow. Okay? So we have this one piece flow versus batch flow. So as you can see, we have this order 10 and the batch is 10. So processed here is 1 and we have here the output of 3. So process 1, then it will be the output. For this one, as you can see, the red one, that will be the batch that will undergo the process number 2. And once done, out na sila and ayun naman yung magiging in for process 3, then finish goods. Okay? So, ito yung batch. No, ang batching niya, tig sa 10. I hope nakuha nyo. Bakit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nandoon na yung tawag dito, yung naunang tatlo. Pero, pinasa sila per 10. Ako nyo? So, meaning, hihintayin neto na matapos muna yung 7 before siya mag-next na process. Nakuha nyo? Itong mga red. Natapos na kasi sila. Napuno na sila. That's why nag-undergo na ito ng second process and yung tatlo, nandun na, tapos na. Ito naman yung next pang-apat. No, meaning to say, hindi siya magpo-forward if ever na hindi pa kompleto yung batch. No, in our case, that is batch 10. So, one-piece flow versus batch flow. Nasaan naman dyan yung one-piece flow? Ang one-piece flow naman dito is ito, nasa baba. Na as you can see, isa-isa lang siya. Hindi siya walang batching dito sa middle. No? I hope nakuha ninyo. Wala siyang batching, wala siyang kasabay. Though nakalagay dito is 1 yung batch niya, one piece flow na siyang maituturing. No? Kasi a batch is 2 or more dapat. Ito, one piece na yan. Ito, yes, pwede pa rin siya tawagin as batch. Kumunti lang siya. Tigpa 5 lang siya per batching. No? Yun yung tawag kasi. Okay, so I hope that is clear with you. Next, we have the fourth one. The process layout is used. The number 5 is the operation is labor intensive. Although there is less machine idleness. Yes, maaral nito. Yung machine idleness na yan. The process is layout. As you can see here, we have the layouted naman. No? And next, the size of operation is generally medium size. So those are the characteristics of the batch flow. Next, we have this worker-paced assembly line. When we say worker-paced assembly line, this is an assembly line that refers to a production layout wherein that layout is arranged in a sequence to accommodate processing of large volumes, standardized products or services. So, the worker-paced assembly line is characterized by the following. Una, the products manufactured are mostly standardized. There is clear process pattern. Sino yung una, sino yung pangalawa, sino yung pangatlo, etc. No, sunod-sunod yan. Bawal ma-break. Pag na-break, it will be a bottleneck, no, which is iniiwasan natin somehow. Number 3, specialized equipment is used, no, for that specific process para mas okay yung output niya. For the fourth one, the size of operation is variable and the process is worker-paced. When we say worker-paced, no, nakadepende kay worker yung bilis, yung phasing, no, yung palitan. Kaya dapat okay si workers. So, the type of layout used is the line flow layout. Labor is still a big cost item. Bakit siya naging big cost? Dahil nga, sa worker-paced, of course, bukod sa machine, bukod sa materials, we have the manpower na kailangan mong pasahuran. Ito yung pinagkaiba niya with machine-paced na later papag-usapan naman natin. No, may cost din kasi yon sa labor-intensive kasi itong worker-paced. Now, for machine-paced assembly line, this type of production process produces mostly standard products with machines playing a significant role. Take note, no? Kung sa worker-paced, ang nagpe-play ng significant role is yung workers. Dito naman sa machine-paced assembly line, the machines are playing the significant role compared to the human, compared to the manpower. Now, Features of machine-paced assembly line. We have the process is of clear, rigid pattern. Of course, dahil naka-makina ito, no? Clear and rigid siya and complex na working harmoniously, no? Something like that. Oh, and they're complexly working while having the most efficient way of doing things, something like that. Second feature of machine-paced assembly line is it has the specialized type of equipment na ginagamit sa production. So the line flow layout is used. The capital. By the way, when it comes to layouting, you have actually subject that is for facilities planning and layouting, dedicated only for that perspective. And number 4, capital equipment is a bigger cost item than labor. Kung sa worker pays, no, nagiging costly siya in terms of labor dahil sa tao, dito naman, you need to have some investment, no, capital investment, mas malaki siya yung investment na kailangan, no, dahil you are using specialized type of equipment. Just like on the number 2, no, sabi specialized type of equipment. So, ayun lang. One time ito, no, more likely sa umpisa, then you will be expecting your return sooner or later na. So, depende kung gaano ka mahal yung binili mong item. Mas matagal, of course, and vice versa. Next, operation is large. Now, more likely, large manufacturing companies uses this type of assembly line, this machine-based assembly line. Lalo na kapag yung product nila is around food, no? No, food manufacturing, mabilisan talaga yan. And yung volume yan, napaka marami, no, malakihan, no, large volume. Kadalasan pa nga, ano yan, mass production continues, no, machine-based assembly line. Next, we have number 6, the process is machine-based. So, General Motors, Ford Motors, the whole process is machine-based. So, here we have the machine-based. This is actually an assembly line of a car. As you can see, there's no human here. All of the touch doon sa ating workpiece. Kapag tinawag na workpiece, na huwag niyong kakalimutan, even though hindi ito IMP subject, this is not an industrial materials and processes. Pero ano ko lang, no, pasulyap sa inyo. When we say workpiece and product, magkaiba yun. No? Kapag product, tapos na. Kapag workpiece, ito siya. No, na ano pa lang, na whip pa lang siya, work in process. Hindi pa siya tapos. No, ongoing pa lang siya. So, ito, ang workpiece natin is actually, this is a body of a car, no, and nasa welding process tayo. Kung titingnan ninyo, yung mga gumagalaw na lang dito, yung mga may touch na lang doon sa workpiece are robots din, machines din, no, wala nang human. This is a machine-based assembly line. Okay? So, next we have this continuous flow. Nabanggit ko na kanina. When we say continuous flow, rapid rate at which items move through the system. Take note for the term rapid rate. Tapos yung item yung gumagalaw doon sa system. This processing method is very appropriate for producing highly standardized products like calculator. Bawal magkamali dyan. Bawal magkaroon ng human errors. Typewriters or computers na lang. Typewriters are obsolete na sa panahon natin ngayon. Automobiles, televisions, and cellular phones, and etc. So, characteristics of continuous flow. When we say continuous flow, pinakauna, there is an economy of scale in production. No, economy of scale rather than economy of scope. I hope that is clear with you dahil natatakel naman siya on your previous subjects and of course in your previous educational level. And resulting to low cost, this is low cost per unit of production. Okay, number 2, the process is clear and very rigid. Somehow almost the same with the machine-paced. Number 3, specialized equipment is used. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, no, kadalasan sa machine-paced na line, assembly line, is continuous flow. No, mamaya magbibigay ako ng example para mas ma-appreciate ninyo. So, the line flow layout is used. For the 5th one, operations are highly capital intensive. Kailangan mo ng malaking pera. No, sobrang laking pera. Milyon, yung iba pa nga umabot ng billion just for the machineries ng ating mga kailangan sa production system as a whole. And the size of operation is very large. No? So, halos parehong-pareho siya kay machine-paced. Pero ang pinagkaiba kasi nila, when we say machine-paced, No, yung machine, yung nag-interact, and halos wala na talagang human. Ito sa continuous flow, mas madaling salita, continuous tuloy-tuloy. Pero somehow, may mga tao pa rin na nagmo-monitor, konti na lang. And yun, ito, yung characteristics. Just compare the characteristics of the two. No? Yung iba dito sa characteristics na to, wala doon, and meron doon na wala naman dito. Example for continuous flow. We have this. I hope you're familiar with this product, Coca-Cola. No, si Coca-Cola, kung si may tao, no, ang ginagawa na lang ng tao, no, just to check if there's some error, or kapag may aberyang nangyari, doon na lang sila pupunta. Pero halos 100% automated na yung system. No, yung product yung gumagalaw from one phase towards dun sa second phase, sa third, hanggang matapos siya. And kung titingnan ninyo, sobrang dami nung ginagawa nila. Volume products, no, yung ginagawa. Napakadami and continuous. Kasi nga, yung product is a soft drink. So, napakataas nung demand dyan. Okay? So, next, we have the batch or the continuous flow hybrid. So, meaning to say, pinaghalo lang na continuous flow tsaka batch. Paano? No, combination of the batch and continuous flow. Two distinct layout are used. One for batch and one for continuous flow. The typical size of operation is also very large, giving opportunities for economies of scale. Example, brewery, gelatin producers, ito, sorry for the typographical error, no? Tobacco manufacturers, and etc. So, when we say batch flow, pwedeng ito yung mga continuous siya, pero may mga ngayon, yung batch natin ngayon, puro itong babasagin na bote. Na din, meron naman tayo, may mga part ng machines na pwede mo ma-convert para sa next batch. Halimbawa, ang next batch na gagawin is yung in-can. Na, as far as I know, this is Heineken, na yung alak. So, ito, yung bote na ka-glass, tapos in-can naman. May mga ganong production system na nako-convert. No, that is an hybrid system. Okay? So, that is for manufacturing side. Here, we have the services processes. For the service, no, we have this fast food service. We have different type of services. So, a service shop provides a diverse mix of service. The layout used are those for job shops or fixed position and are adaptable to various management. No, so anong mga example ng mga service shop? Ito, example ng service shop ito. No, yung pag-service sa kotse for change oil, for other maintenance stuff. So, ayan siya, service shop 'yan natatawag. Kapag mass service naman, a unique processing method is therefore necessary to satisfy this requirement. Kapag mass service, ang pinagkaiba nila is that maramihan ito. No? Large number of people simultaneously na siniserve doon sa system. Unlike dito sa service shop, konti-konti lang. No, 5, 6, 7, gano'n lang yung bilang. 3, ganyan. Sa mass service, maramihan. Example, saan ba ito? LTFRB ba ito or LTO? So, ayan, government systems. Sa SSA, sa PhilHealth, no, Pag-ibig. Yung mga pila doon, that is a mass service. Dahil iilan lang yung mga counters or yung window rather, yun, iilan lang sila. Tapos marami yung may demand. No, marami yung kailangan i-serve. That is a mass service. Now, for the professional service, let's have companies that provides specialized services to other firms, or kung hindi man company, ito yung mga individuals naman. No, ano-ano mga examples? Engineering or management consulting services, which help in improving the plant layout or the efficiency of a company. No, pwede rin dito yung mga architectural services. Pagpapadesign ka, papa-quotation ka, etc. No, so those are professional services. Next, design services which supply designs for a physical plant, products, and promotion materials. No? Next, advertising agencies which help promote a firm's product. Ang business nila is to promote other businesses. O, di ba? That is a professional service. Kasi wala silang tangible product na ginagawa. They are offering their skills and talents to serve the need of other individuals or other firms. Next, accounting services. So, yan, for accountants. For attorneys, we have the legal services. For data scientists, data analysts, or any data-driven task, data processing services. So for health-related professionals, we have the health services. And it's like this one, we have the doctors, no? We have the notary services. We have this, albularyo. Do you think this is a professional service? Okay, so any idea? Do you think this, ano bang English na to? Faith healer ba? Tama ba ako? Do you think this is a professional service? Yes or no, and why? No. Dahil when we say professional service, you undergo a certain level of education. Nagpass ka sa certain level of education. You have the degree, no? And not just education. You passed the examination sa dulo, certification, board, bar, something like that, para matawag na professional, no? So, ito is not a professional service, but still can be considered as improper or unprofessional, service pa rin siya. Because still, tayo nabibigay niya pa rin yung kailangan nung may sakit. No? Kung gumaling man, depende na kung naniniwala ka or not. Pero when it comes to professional term, no, kapag dinagtong mo yung term na professional, hindi na. No, hindi na siya papasok. Even though sabihin mo na, hindi, dyan na tumanda yan eh. Ano na yan eh, expert na yan dyan sa panggagamot. Hindi pa rin. Kasi when we say professional, you undergo a professional education, no, from first up to the end, no, and you meet the certain standards on that specific field. Okay? So, important parts of a productive system. Punta naman tayo dito. When we say productive system, first of all, we need to have the product design. Next, we need to have the production planning and scheduling. Third, the purchasing and materials management. Next, we have the inventory control, or this is actually, may mga ibang department na magkasama yung production planning and inventory control. May yung iba naman bukod, depende sa organization. We have this workflow control. We have the quality control. Okay, so for product design, basically, product design refers to the process of creating a set of product specifications appropriate to the demands of situation. So, when we say product design, tingin nyo, is this a good product design? Is this a good toy product design for kids? Actually, no. Because there's something wrong with this product. Even though na, hindi, gagamit naman yan, bata, di naman nila alam. Hindi pa rin. No, dahil meron tayong iba't ibang age sa paligid. If ever na ginamit nila yung product, there will be a time na yung mga ibang tao tatawa doon pa nakita yung product na to, no, na nagamit ng mga kids. And ma-trigger yung mind nila na mag-isip, what's something wrong dito sa akin? No, hanggang sa dito sa product na ginagamit ko, dito sa inumin ko, hanggang sa sooner or later malaman nila, no, at early young age. So, ito yung dito papasok, yung at least somehow ethical pa rin and okay pa rin yung ginagawang product design. Maganda nga, intricate nga yung pattern, rigid nga, maganda yung aesthetics. Pero may message, no? There's a naughty message behind the product design. Tapos kids yung gagamit. So hindi okay yung ganitong product design. No? So aside dyan, is this product design okay? No? Actually, the answer here is yes. The product design is good. But the problem here is yung installation. No? Product design is okay, pero hindi okay yung installation. So doon tayo nagkaroon ng error. Next, eto, no, designing a product or designing an experience. So, understanding user-centered design. By the way, you will be having your, you will still be having your subject regarding the designing of products. As far as I can remember, that this is tackled in your engineering drawing subject, no, using the CAD. So basically, the idea, and sometimes this is also tackled in quality control or the quality management system. The basic idea here is when you are designing a product, you should design an experience wherein yung taong gagamit, mas magiging madali yung paggamit niya doon sa produkto. No? At ease dapat lagi. Na yun yung point of view lagi natin ng pagde-design ng mga products. The customers must be at ease sa paggamit. Wala silang problema. Just like this one. Diba? Kapag patayo kasi, itataktak mo pa, napakatagal. Kapag ganito, habang nakastore siya, nakababa na, bubuksan mo na lang yung takip, then konting pisil, bababa na yung tomato ketchup. No, something like that. Understanding user-centered dapat ang design natin. Okay, next. When it comes to production planning and scheduling, so basically, production planning, ito yung pagpaplano ng production mo based doon sa sales na demand, sales and marketing na demand based also sa current na inventory na meron ka. That's why sabi ko kanina, in some manufacturing firms, production planning and inventory control is magkasama na department. Doon, depende sa materials, depende sa machines na meron tayo, depende sa current na production run na tumatakbo sa linya, no? Yung current na naka-schedule. Ano ba yung schedule ngayon? Pwede ko ba isingit to? Ganyan, etc., etc. So, depende sa availability ng machine and of course, sa availability ng tao. So, basically, ayun yung si production planning and scheduling. You are scheduling the production run ahead of time. Para kung continuous man kayo, no, tuloy-tuloy siya, hindi siya mai-interrupt. Okay, so next, purchasing and materials management. This is an approach naman that seeks efficiency of operation through integration of all material acquisition, movement, and storage activities in the firm. No, meaning to say, bibili. No, ito yung pagbili, pag-acquire ng mga raw materials and other na inputs natin sa production. So, that is the purchasing department. So, inventory control, nabanggit ko na kanina. When we say inventory, this is the process of establishing and maintaining appropriate levels of reserved stocks of goods. Ano lang naman ito, napakadali lang naman ito. Kailangan mo lang aralin dito yung inventory management cycle. No, if you master the inventory management cycle, you will never be stocked out of goods. Hindi mangyayari sa'yo na maubusan ka ng goods or even ng raw material. No, so, based on achieving proper inventory control, you need to determine ROP or ROQ or the reordering point, reordering quantity. Ito yung mga part ng nabanggit ko kanina, which is yung inventory cycle nga. No, and also, you need to determine economic order quantity. Reordering quantity and economic order quantity is two different things, no, na related pa rin. When we say economic order quantity, ano yung quantity na optimum, no, pinakamura, na maximize din nyo yung shipping cost, na maximize din nyo yung mga iba't ibang cost na kasama doon sa pag-acquire or sa pag-purchase ng item na yon. Now, since hindi naman sa computation may mga butal, no, may point something o di kaya yung iba $297, no, there's kulang ng 3 pa. And kapag ganun, gagawin mo na siya na 300. No, reorder quantity na yung tawag doon. So, reorder quantity, sa madaling salita, ito yung, halimbawa, ang box mo is tigi 100. No, sa example ko, tigwa 100 yung laman, tapos ang na-compute mo, economic order quantity, 297. So, pagdating niyan sa ordering, hindi 297 ang i-order mo. Ano yung pinakamalapit na ROQ sa kanya? Which is 300. So, 300 na yung ipopurchase mo. Something like that. No? Yun yung pinagkaiba nila. Next, the use of the JIT system or the JIT method of inventory control. As far as I can remember, we have tackled this JIT system on PIE subject, Principles of Industrial Engineering. Wherein, when we say JIT, hindi siya ganun kabilis, hindi rin siya ganun katagal. No, just in time nga lang. No, kumbaga, pag nag-meet kayo 8 a.m. for example, hindi ka late ng 8 a.m., hindi ka rin naman masyadong maaga. Just in time. So, anong purpose ng just in time? Just-in-time principle or the just-in-time method actually reduces the inventory. Kasi kapag napakaaga mo, napakabilis mo makapag-produce, mag-i-stock lang yan. No, and an inventory is actually a sleeping money. No, tulog lang siya doon sa warehouse, hindi umiikot yung pera. Ngayon naman, kapag naman sobrang bagal mo naman mag-produce, malilate naman siya. Pwedeng ang mangyari, worst case scenario, hindi siya tanggapin ni customer. Or, magpa-penalty kayo. Kaya ang idea dito, lalo sa production, just in time tayo. Okay? Next, the use of MRP or the material requirements planning. So, this is actually a method of planning and controlling inventories. Related pa rin ito doon sa nabanggit ko kanina na inventory management system or the inventory cycle. No, MRP is the way how we control the materials, how we monitor and control the materials, and also ginagamit siya for purchasing. Okay? So, next we have this workflow layout. This is the process of determining the physical arrangement of the production. Kung paano mo ba siya ina-arrange. Na nabanggit ko nga kanina, you have your subject na facilities layout. So, doon aralin nyo, pa U-shape ba siya? Pa L-shape ba siya? Pa-bilog ba? Per column ba siya? Paano ba yung pinaka-optimum na arrangement ng layout ninyo? No? So, ayun yung konsepto nito. So, a good workflow layout will have the following benefits. First benefit is, of course, we will minimize the investment in equipment. Kasi okay yung layout mo eh. No, may mga chances ka na you don't need kung ano man yung una mong iniisip na equipment. Hindi, we need this equipment. Since inayos mo na yung layout mo, hindi na pala, okay na pala ito. No, optimum na pala. Next, minimized overall production time. Kasi kapag okay yung layout mo, mababawasan natin yung transportation, which is to one of the muda or rather one of the team wood, yung mga waste na dapat natin binabawasan. And this will be also tackled on the method study na subject. No, ma-minimize natin yung overall production time by having a great optimum workflow layout. Next, use existing space most effectively. Kasi yung mga existing space na hindi nagagamit is actually somehow pa rin siya, no? Part of the waste pa rin siya. So gamitin mo yung space na yon para ma-maximize mo yung production. Next, number 4, we have here provide for employee convenience, of course, safety and comfort. So ito ang pinakamahalaga, safety. Now, safety, sabi nga nila, safety should be everyone's priority. Okay, number 5, maintain flexibility of arrangement and operation. Okay, so this will be our last slide, quality control. So basically, quality control is having the right specification in every product na nilalabas natin sa market na nag-a-adhere siya sa certain standard requirements. We have this ISO na tinatawag, International Organization for Standardization. So at least somehow nag-a-adhere yung mga products natin doon before ilabas. And more likely, quality control is another department sa isang manufacturing firm. Nakabukod ito. No, ang lang nila, ang concern nila is yung mga rejects, bakit nagka-reject, i-test mo yan, anong error dyan, no, para lahat ng products natin is okay siya pag nilabas sa market, no. Wala tayong problema na may encounter, walang complaints from customer, walang mga kaso-kaso, walang mga multa o kung ano man, dahil malaki din part pa rin to ng risk management actually. Ayan, quality control. Okay, so that ends up our discussion regarding how to manage production and service operation. And that is an overview on the production and service operations. Again, this is one of the core ng IEs and madidiscuss nyo pa siya, itong mga to. Overlapping ang discussion sa different major subjects ninyo. Okay, so again, managing production and service operations. I hope you learned something from this discussion and I'm looking forward somehow for the mastery of the subject. Okay, so thank you for watching our discussion and see you on our next presentation. Enjoy the day, the rest of the day, and also enjoy the rest of the week.